Hello and greetings from the parish of Great Yarmouth to members of our churches, anyone else who is watching today. And it's really lovely autumnal afternoon. You see the sun is going down. I'm here in the churchyard at the Minster. It's not been like that every day this week. There's been some wind blowing and rain driving down, so it's really nice, and there's lots of people out and about sort of walking their dogs and walking through the churchyard. Everyone sort of seems a little bit happier when it's like this. I always find this churchyard absolutely fascinating as you wander through. As you sort of look there and you sort of see all these old gravestones, many of which now, if you stop and look at them, you'll struggle to be able to read all the inscription on them. And of course, if you look at old pictures of the Minster churchyard, you see there was much more, many more tombstones in the past. They were, I've seen a very old kind of early Victorian photo of, and it's absolutely rammed full of gravestones. And we believe that after the bombing in the Second World War, and then at that point work happened and they thinned it right down, so you've got this rather sort of sparse feel as you look and see the stones that are there now. Now, why am I talking about gravestones? Because I was listening on the news this morning, and there was talk about that they would be using or reusing older burial grounds, I think more than 100 years old, and actually sort of reusing it. And I know that for some people they find that sort of quite an unusual or even sort of slightly disturbing thing. What happened years ago in this country, and especially in cities and urban areas and towns and so on, that the church would be used, a body would be buried, and then, of course, a time, decades later, they'd dig and skeletons would be exhumed and would then be sort of stored in crypts and charnel houses and so on. There's cases in the city of London where they cleared out some of these crypts and places where all these skeletons, and tens of thousands of them, were all deposited there. Whereas now we have a much more sort of clear understanding that when we lay remains to rest, that they remain there, they stay there. They're not going to be disturbed. We wouldn't want them to be disturbed. We don't like that thought of them being disturbed. But perhaps if we go back centuries ago, people might have had maybe a different view and might have thought rather differently about it. Of course, we've got a lovely cremated remains area here, and people still have the ashes of loved ones buried here, and it's the most used part of the churchyard. There's so many people. If I'm hanging around at the Minster, it's rare that that you don't see somebody coming along. There's people coming and going all the time, just coming to place flowers and just to check in and have that little moment to remember, and just to check in with loved ones whose remains are laid to rest there. Thinking also, it's kind of autumn time, and it's not so very long now. We're in early October, so a month away. 3rd of November in the evening we'll have our commemorative service. We come to All Souls Tide, so there'll be a service here at the Minster, so do make a note of that if there's anybody that you want to come and remember. All of us have lost loved ones, all of us have said goodbye to those who are dear and close to us, and we take that chance to remember that our loved ones are held in God's eternity. And so although we're always going to be sad at those who we've loved and lost, there's always that opportunity to remember that the hope that we have in Jesus Christ. So there we are, a little thought and rambling from the Minster churchyard. You can see it looks like the sun's just sort of setting as I speak almost. It goes fast this time of year, doesn't it? So anyway, take care, God bless, and see you all soon.